Alright guys, before we start today's video, I just want to mention really quick, I just want to say thank you. I started the channel like a month ago, well, restarted it, and I've never gotten so many subscribers just right out the gate like that before. It's not a lot, it's only 48, but that's a lot coming from like nothing. So I just want to say a huge thank you. I did look at the analytics and it looks like 95% of the people that are watching the channel right now are not subscribed and only 5% are. So if you're enjoying the content, please do. And on top of that, more importantly, my wife, she is letting me buy car parts because she's seeing the subscribes happen. And because there's more subscribes, I can buy more car parts and make more poor financial decisions to fix this car. So by all means, please like the videos, subscribe to the channel so my wife will let me buy more car parts and maybe even get the chance to sleep in the same room again. Thank you. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we left off on the last video where we got kind of stuck with getting the wiper motor out, getting these hard lines off. The way Shiloh and I just kind of took a minute off camera to just kind of figure it out and get everything out. So we got it. On the wiper motor, we had to just shear force rip it out, which worked. All my clips right here for my hard lines, shear force, they all exploded. And then there was two lines coming off of the brake master cylinder to the front wheels over here, and then there was one hard line over there that we had to actually fully take off from the underneath where the caliper is. But that came out. This should be able to move freely enough now where we can just kind of have it hanging out and not be in our way. We just need to get the brake booster off and then clean everything and sand. And I'm not going to show the color yet that we chose to paint the bay, but we are going to paint this bay for $10. Shiloh says we won't, but we're going to paint it for $10 because that's the theme of this build. I am poor and I am broke, and I'm trying to build this as cheap as possible. And we do have some engine parts coming too, which is very exciting. I'm going semi-cheap on the engine parts. I got some ARP head studs coming. That's kind of the clue of what we're going for here. So let's just get to getting the rest of this stuff out and then sanding this bay away. Okay, so we got everything out of the engine bay. It was a lot easier than it seemed that it was going to be. Getting the brake booster off was kind of a pain. I had to go under the dash and get the bolts broken free, and there's a bunch of wires, but we got it. Now, this is what we're dealing with. It looks like we did nothing, but we did. There's nothing left in here. Everything's been taken out. So next, I guess we'll do like a quick time lapse of us just trying to clean all this dirt out. And this isn't my doing. This was the previous owner. I think they left the hood open or something, and it just, I guess, got destroyed with dirt. Alright guys, so it's the next day. As you saw the time lapse, we were just kind of wiping everything down, trying to clean the bay the best we could. There's still some dirty spots like up here that are just really stuck on. They're pretty hard to get to and to get off. So next, we're going to use some wax and tar remover right here and just kind of hit everything again. And then we'll get to like the sanding and mineral spirits and all that. see a magic trick? Where'd it go? Okay, so we found a big issue. Yeah, so with this car, hold on, I'm gonna just put you back in the here, just yep. So, oh my gosh, that light is bright. It looked right into the sun. So these are patches in the engine bay, and the reason why is this car has a salvage title. I lost the paperwork for the Carfax years ago, but the front end has been off the car. It's swapped. That's why it's red underneath the blue, is because this is a different car in the front. I've realized as we're sanding it, you can see the seam sealer going around, and then where that patch job is, they literally cut it from here up and all the way into here, and you can see the seam sealer the whole way, and that's where they cut the cars and glued them together essentially. You can see it on the frame rails too, and I think what happened is they didn't realize where they cut too much, and that's why there's these two patch panels on both sides. They did a really bad job with these patch panels. They're rusting. You saw the holes. If you look further in, there's still like MIG wire sticking out of them, and they're boogery. So, with that being said, I had Shiloh watch the frame rails down right here where this split is, and I kind of shook the car just to see if he could see any flex. And it doesn't flex. When I bought this car, it was in a wreck, and the subframe had bent from the wreck. So that tells me that the frame rails are strong enough that, you know, if there's an issue, those would fold, not the subframe. However, when I put this new subframe in, it was really hard to get it to line up and bolt up, and I think that's probably why, is because this is not original and that they did a really bad job at lining everything up. So we've been sanding, as you've been seeing. I think what we're going to have to do now, I had full intentions of just going and painting tonight and getting it done, but I want to keep this car for a while, so I think we're going to go ahead and clean up these patches that are here and just re-weld them, maybe add some material. We'll just look over it, make sure everything's 100%. We're already here, so we might as well do it anyways. And that's where we're at for right now. So, with that being said, we're gonna probably wait on doing the paint. We're gonna fix that first. I know I just put out a video saying, yeah, we're gonna paint it, blah, blah, blah. And then this was gonna be the video that I put out where it's painted and it's like, woohoo! But I wanna make sure it's fixed first. So, the next video is going to be us going and digging in there and cleaning all that rust out and re-welding those patch panels in, make sure everything's 100% before we do so. Might as well while we're here. So, like I had mentioned, please subscribe and like so my wife will let me continue to buy car parts. Also, it motivates me to keep working on this car. I've been working on this car more than I ever have right now because I am seeing the growth on the channel, which is amazing. So it's really inspiring me to work on this car. That's the whole idea of this channel, is just to get me to work on this car and finish it. over this winter. That's the end goal. So, thanks.